promised, I'm back. I'm Angela with The Habitual Creator, where we share all things creative. And one of the things that I said in my very first video was I was going to come back to you with a craft that I made this week as we gear up for fall and all things pumpkins and spice and Halloween treats and Thanksgiving. And so what better way to celebrate that than with a door wreath? And if you hop over to habitualcreator.com, you'll be able to see some instructions on how we actually created this wreath. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the supplies that we used in order to make it happen and how to put this together really quickly. One of the things that you need to think about is where are you going to actually source this round piece of wood. I get mine from Home Depot. They call them sometimes tabletop rounds, sometimes they call them round craft rounds, and they come in a couple of different sizes. I think this is a 12-inch, either 12 or 16-inch round. They're pretty inexpensive, and when you get them, they're unfinished. That means they're not painted. So when I purchased this particular one, I couldn't decide what color I wanted, so I decided to just go with black. So I used some just plain black acrylic paint, and I painted the whole thing on the front, and I also painted it on the back as well. Just a solid black color. You can obviously do this with stripes, or you can put other designs and stuff on it if you want. You can obviously paint it a different color if black isn't your jam. But that's the first step, to paint it all black. The second step is to actually cut out the lettering. And so this says, "Hi there, pumpkin," which I thought was a super cute sentiment for the fall season. You can do this a lot of different ways. You can paint it on, you can put it on with regular adhesive vinyl, but I chose this time to try heat transfer vinyl just to see if it would stick better over time. I made another wreath that I did with outdoor vinyl, and it was pretty good. It was really hard to get it on though. I had to do a lot of tricks. I had to like heat it with the blow dryer to be able to get it to stick down, and I just didn't want to fool with that this time, so I decided I would try heat transfer vinyl. So essentially, if you're familiar with this, you would use your Cricut machine to cut out this design, and then once this black paint is all the way dry, you have to make sure it's completely dry. Then you would take an iron or an easy press, and after you've weeded the design out, then you would put parchment paper over the top and just iron it down until it's stuck to the wood. And so you'll have to kind of just gauge and just kind of press it and then lift it up a little bit to see if it's stuck. And once you're sure that it's stuck, then you can go ahead and pull that clear carrier sheet off. Once you've gotten this placed onto the wood round, then you're gonna apply Mod Podge. And I did this because it's gonna be outside. I originally wanted to use the Mod Podge mats. However, I couldn't get the top off. And lots of people in my house tried, and we still couldn't get the top off. So I ended up using this hard coat Mod Podge, which I actually think probably works better because it's actually for furniture, and you can put several coats on it to make it super hard if you want. I only put 2 coats on top of this, but I put it on top just to make sure that heat transfer vinyl got stuck down really good. And also because it's glitter, I wanted to make sure it was protected. Even though my porch is covered, it still is gonna get hit with rain at some point. And so I wanted to make sure I protected it as good as I could. Then once you've put that Mod Podge on the top of it and you've let it dry, then I just took floral picks. And guys, these are the things that are like super inexpensive. You can find them at Hobby Lobby or Joann's, any of your kind of craft store. And I basically just laid a bunch on one side and laid a bunch on the other side, and I stapled them into the wood. And I used an air stapler. You probably can't see the staples, but you may see 1 or 2 under there. But I just used a stapler and I stapled them down really well. And then I made my bow. And before I sealed this kind of top middle part of the bow, I left that open so that I could actually staple the bow down to some of the floral. And then I just pulled this over the top and hot glued it down. And that way I can make sure that the bow is really stuck. And if anything came apart, all I would have to do is just re-glue that kind of middle section. But it worked for me in the past when I did it like this, and it never came down. And I had that other wreath up, I think, for almost half of the year, and it was fine. So that's probably a really sturdy way of doing it. And then for the back, in order to hang it, I just took some really kind of just rustic ribbon, and I just stapled it to the back. If you can see the 2 staples on the back of there. And then that was it. I hung it up outside. It's been hanging now for about a week or so. I don't see any wear and tear. It rained really hard the last couple of days. No damage to it whatsoever, no buckling, no peeling. And so I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Obviously, I would have loved to give you a full tutorial, but I hadn't planned on really getting serious about this YouTube channel until a couple of days ago when I really said, look, you can do this. You can talk on camera. It's going to be okay. And so hopefully over time, I'll be able to start adding just more tutorials to show you step by step how I go through the process of making these. This is my second one, so I feel like I have it down in terms of what you have to do in order to get it all pulled together. But it's a super simple project. If you go over to my website, habitualcreator.com, this is the latest post. And if you read the whole post and scroll down to the bottom, I've actually provided the Hi There Pumpkin PNG for you as a freebie, and you can download it. So I've taken a big chunk of the work out of it for you if you want to be able to try this wreath. Even if you don't want to do a wreath, that PNG is still free. It'd be super cute to put it on a pillow or on a t-shirt. On a tablecloth. You want to make it really small and put it on napkins for your dinner. For Thanksgiving dinner, there are a lot of ways you can use that graphic design, so feel free to use it to your heart's content. I am providing a commercial license, so if you want to take it and use it and make something to sell, that's also fine too. So I really appreciate you taking time out today to listen to me talk about my craft. As always, I hope you like this post. Subscribe so that you can find out when I post my next video, and also share that somebody else can kind of feel the love of the crafting vibe we have going on here at the Habitual Creator. At the bottom in the comment section, if you have ideas of things that you'd love to see me do, please post those. I love crafts, so there's probably not anything you can throw at me that I won't at least try. I can't promise it'll be amazing, but I will promise that if it's something I think I can do, I will try my hand at it. So I thank you so much again. I hope you have a great afternoon. And toodles until next time. Bye.